Hi, my name is Dr. D. Barnes, and I'm the author of Mastering the Art of Test Taking, and I want to teach you how to become a master test taker. That's what I want to do. I want you to get your A. I want you to believe that you can get your A, and I want you to receive that A this semester right now on your very next test. If you follow some of the pointers that I give you, you will make an A in your next class, an A on your next test, and you will continue to make A's throughout your academic career. What I wanted to do today was talk to you about how to approach a multiple choice type question. We're not talking about questions that you know the answers to. Those are easy. We're talking about the ones that you studied the material, you know the information, and somehow you can't seem to quite pull the answer out. I used to be a really poor test taker, and I became a really good one, and I used strategies to do that. I graduated at the bottom of my high school class, almost flunked out of my first semester of college, and once I learned these strategies and techniques and I started applying them, I ended up graduating from college with honors, went on to podiatry school, graduated with honors, got awards for academic excellence in college and postgraduate school. So what I want to say is that you can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And know these pointers will help you and they'll change your life. You won't have to see that math class again, that social studies class again, especially in college when you're paying for these classes. You don't want to have to repeat the course. So this is just one little snippet technique I'm going to give you that I hope that it helps you a lot in your studies. So now let's take a look at the question. So what I want to do when you're taking a test, especially if you have a lot of anxiety, don't look at the full question. What you should do is to try to cover part of it with your hand or a piece of paper. So the initial question looks like this, but if you cover it with your hand so you don't look at the answers, then it'll look like this. And the first thing you want to do with the question is you want to read it. And the question says, which of the following are considered fruit? That's the question. The instructions are select only one answer. Two important things. One is the question and one is the instructions on how to choose the answer. It says select only one. So for me, if I was taking a test, and this is just a generalized question that I came up with, it's not anything that's really relevant, it's just a point that I'm trying to make about a strategy when you're taking tests. So which of the following are considered fruit? The first thing I would do before I even looked at my choices, I would think about a piece of fruit and what different types of fruit have in common. And I would probably jot down a bunch of them, an apple, an orange, a pear. I would just jot down a bunch of things that I know are considered fruit. And I would leave that to the side before I look at the first question. So when it's time to look at the answer, the first thing you want to do is you want to uncover them one at a time. What I used to do when I would take a test before I learned strategies, I used to look at all of them and they all looked right or they all looked wrong. If you're not sure what the answer is, that's what'll happen. So you don't know what to choose. What I'm trying to do is to help you focus in on what the choices are and what the answers, what the possible answers could be. So here we go. The first one is A, orange. Do I consider orange to be a piece of fruit? That would be yes or true. I used to treat mine as true, false questions. Or you can say yes or no. So I would say yes, orange is considered a piece of fruit. And this is something you have to practice it. And when you practice it, the more you practice it, the faster you'll become. B is a tomato. Is a tomato considered a piece of fruit? In my own experience, I've always seen tomatoes in the vegetable aisle. I'll put a question mark by tomato because I'm not 100% sure which one it would be considered. A C is banana. That's another answer, possible answer. Is a banana considered a piece of fruit? I know that a banana is considered a piece of fruit. So I would say yes, a banana is considered a piece of fruit. So now I've got A yes, B a question mark, C a yes, and we'll go to the next one. D, squash. Is squash considered a piece of fruit? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm not really sure about squash. I'm going to put a question mark by squash. So now I've got these four choices. I've got A, I consider a piece of fruit. B, I'm not sure. C, I know it's a piece of fruit. D is still questionable whether it's a fruit or a vegetable. And then E says all of the above, and D is none of the above. So now what I've done, if you follow me back, I've actually gone from the beginning of the question, uncovering each one at a time until I got to the bottom. And now that I've gotten to the bottom says all of the above are none of the above. Well, I know two things about E and F. I know it's not none of the above because I know an orange and a banana are considered pieces of fruit. That I know for a fact. But B and D, I'm not sure. But even though I'm not sure about B and D, because I'm 100% sure about A and C, I can confidently pick E, all of the above. And I can choose that because I know for a fact an orange and a banana are fruit. And the point I'm trying to make about this is that even though I don't know a thing about a tomato or a thing about a squash, I don't have to, because I know something about A and I know something about C. I know for a fact the answer is E. How this is going to help you on a test is that you'll be able to get that answer right even though you don't know a thing about the other two. But this is what I will tell you about the other two. The other two are considered fruit. Tomato, back in the day, they said it was a vegetable, but tomatoes grow on vines and have seeds, and it is actually a fruit, and so is squash. So with that said, E is definitely the correct answer. But what I'm trying to show you is how to approach a test question when you're not sure you know the correct answer. You can still pull the right answer out, get those extra points to get that A. So I hope you found this information helpful and apply this on your regular test. And do what I showed you, which is to don't look at all of the choices. First focus completely on the question and the instructions. And then try to jot down what you think you know about it right next to it first. And then uncover each choice one at a time. And do this on every question for every test. Practice makes perfect, and the more you do it, the faster you get, and the more extra points you'll get, and you'll end up getting an A in that class and be pleasantly surprised. And this is it for your for my first segment, my first test taking tip. Stay tuned for more. The next one I'm going to do is going to be on math, how to approach different type of math questions and how to think about how to approach those. See you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get your A.